This is Cardsmith Use Cases. I'm Tom Cox. In this use case number 3, we'll show you team brainstorming and action planning. After all, what's the good of a brainstorm if it doesn't turn into an action plan and work assignments? Here are the steps we'll follow. First, we'll state the problem. Obviously, a clear problem statement certainly helps us brainstorm the right things. We'll also be sure to involve the right people. This will show the multi-user capabilities of the tool. We'll brainstorm, that is, collect in real time from multiple people simultaneously and in parallel. That is best done well. If you've ever done that in a room, you've done it with sticky notes. We'll see how to do that online. Then we'll group the ideas and assess them. And then create an action plan. Finally, we'll detail the plans out and assign tasks to individuals. That turns us from the brainstorm stage into the project management stage. Here we are working on the problem of traction. First, we state the problem as clearly as we can. Quite simply, right now we're about 1 new sign-up per day with our startup. It's time to transition into the faster growth of 50 sign-up a day range. How do we get from this yellow condition to this green condition? Having thus stated the problem, it's time to get the team on board. Let's invite some folks. And having invited folks to the board, they can now see it, get on Skype. Now, during the brainstorm, we'll all be dumping out our ideas and just throwing them out willy-nilly, and they'll just start showing up here on the screen, regardless of who they came from. Out they come. We continue to discuss and brainstorm until we feel we've pretty well put out everything we're going to. At this point, we're looking at the freeform board, and we realize it's time to switch to a different kind of view because our use of the cards is different. We're no longer brainstorming to simply generate content. We now want to assess. For that, we need a little bit more structure, so we need a grid. Now, it's not entirely clear as what kind of grid we need. Once we've got consensus on which things are of how much effort, we can start to do a little more qualitative thinking. For example, we might want to explain some of the things we mean, like target larger teams. What's really involved with that? Why is that the most effort? So we'll add some text to say that the effort here is mostly for the development team. We're going to need to support a new type of payment plan if we're going to support this approach. Now, we have an existing convention in our team that we use blue for development tasks. So we'll code that blue. And we'll continue to work our way through the cards and add appropriate colors to them. For example, we have blue for development and green for marketing. Now that we've done this much work, it's time to start thinking about who's going to do what by when, and how do we allocate our scarce resources. So I don't need this grid anymore. What I really need to do is pick my projects and assign tasks and people to those projects. I've decided on 5 projects. I think we can support that with our current resources. Of these, only one is going to be a development project. The others will all be marketing. Now I've got a series of 5 projects, each with a series of tasks under it that the group and I have discussed online, and I've color-coded things by who's going to do them. We have an existing color code standard that we use. Tom is blue, Monica is orange, and so forth. One thing I want to do is a last-minute tweak. This is assigned to the wrong person. That should go to our orange resource, Monica. And now, at some point, if you're anything like me, you're going to be a little anxious. There's a lot of work tasks out there, but how much work does this really involve? And how can we tell? Well, I think it's time to start putting in some time estimates. So let's do that here by adding an estimated hours field. We have any number of arbitrary text and image attributes that can be added to each card. And so we'll add, let's see, she says this will take her an hour. I'll believe her. The tech team says there'll be 40 hours. I'll believe them too. How about the website redesign? They'll tell us 30 hours, and it'll be Joe and Faye, and so on and so forth. Once I've got my hours put in, I simply ask Cardsmith to give me grid totals at the column level. And now each of my projects has an estimated number of hours. And as we're continuing to do the project execution, if we ever want to, we can simply go back to the free form board to reacquaint ourselves with our original thinking and maybe even add in additional new ideas. And that is it for this Cardsmith use case number 3, team brainstorming. I'm Tom Cox. For more information or to get your free trial of Cardsmith, click the link or go to cardsmith.co. Thanks for watching, and be sure to watch the other videos in this series.